Come to Terrace, BC, and it's easy to notice the love within the services in this small and spirited community. This is a show about the people and organizations that give back and make this area so awesome. This is Good in Terrace. In this episode, we meet the Outdoor Artists Collective, a group whose efforts delivered the first ever Sima Fest in Terrace, a festival about wintering together. The festival began with opening night at the Art Gallery, where local and international artists were showcased.
Welcome to the opening ceremony for Sima Festival. We're really glad you could be here. I'd like to invite Sharon Bryant.
Let down, luck down, gabao, you. I didn't want to put Taylor to the test and give him my traditional name.
Next time.
Next time. One word at a time. Yeah. So I'm honored to welcome you here to the territory, the Lakyubim Jimshan territory, Kitsum Kalem, at a Kitsalatu, and Lakibu Deepdago. Lakibu is my crest. And Waps Watiwai, I come out of the house of Watiwai. Samoyed Watiwai is our chief of the Lakibu Kitsan Kalem. So on behalf of our Samoyed, Niswi Bajik Skibao at a Watiwai and our Sigana Skbisoon, we welcome you all here to the festival. Oigs at noon to Taylor for reaching out and honoring the Lakyubim Jimshan territory. Oigs at noon. Thank you.
My name's Taylor Dilly. Within the Sima Fest, I'm a festival coordinator, I suppose. And yeah, it's within the Outdoor Artists Collective, which is organizing the festival. I'm one of the founders.
My name is Anne-Isabelle Leonard. I am an artist, but also one of the co-founders with Taylor of the Outdoor Artists Collective. And within Sima, well, one of the main organizers, as we're two of us, and I did the programming and the curating of the festival.
The Outdoor Artists Collective is this group bringing together artists who are bridging their artistic practice and their medium with their work in social spheres and in environmentalism. So there's a lot of artists that already do this kind of work, and we were inspired by those people to say, okay, let's bring people that are doing that work together and uplift those voices and work there at that little intersection.
So Sima Festival comes from this, through Outdoor Artists Collective activities, a lot of them are set in winter because both of us are quite passionate about like the winter and the winter season, winter activities, and just being in winter in general. And we've seen in the short years and lifespan that we have had, we've seen the winter getting shorter and shorter and warmer. And both of us were quite touched by that, but had a lot of people around us that were actually quite happy about it. And so we were wondering, why is it so important for us, and why can't people see that more or have that will and motivation to, be aware of that a little bit more. And we realized that we've had the opportunity to have this intimate relationship with winter through our upbringing and our activities, but not a lot of people have had the opportunity to get connected to the environment like we did. So Sima comes from a will of getting people outside, whether in their community or in the environment during winter, which is not necessarily a really easy time to get outside. So we organize a lot of different workshops of outdoor activities. Well, not a lot this year.
Not this year, yeah.
But it was a bit hard to coordinate, but we wish for the future years to organize a little bit more. Just to get people moving during the darkest and shortest days of the year, you know? So Sima Festival, the little tagline that we have is wintering together. And so we wanted really to become like this movement of what does it mean to be in connection with winter? What does it mean to be wintering? And it doesn't have to be also always such a positive thing, right? There's a lot of different feelings that come with winter. And that's what Sima is all about. We want to celebrate all of that. So a lot of our workshops, for example, I led a workshop about grieving yesterday through drawing. And there's going to be a beautiful workshop with Sherry Reedy and Taylor on the work of A. Morgan McKendry, an artist from Brooklyn, New York, about harmonizing with the cycle of season and winter. And so
I think it'll be a lot about, sorry to interrupt.
No, go for it.
That one will be very much about accepting what the season brings you, even if that's not joy and not love and not light. It's just part of that cycle.
That's it. And so bringing everybody in all of their mindsets, in all of their emotional states, and all of their different backgrounds or perspectives. You know, we've been also working with the Nishka the Council of Elders of the Nishka community, and Herbert Morvan has been such a great help and guidance for us through all of this. And the objective is really to set a space where everybody feel welcome, wherever they're from, whatever their background, and whatever they feel about winter. So even if you hate it, come, let's celebrate that.
Yeah, or at least talk about it.
Or at least talk about it, yeah. And I guess one thing to add also that was important for us is like all our events are sober events. We wouldn't really want it to be as inclusive as possible and about being inclusive for everybody. But it was important for us to start this festival here in Terrace because basically I came here for the first time in 2019 because Taylor dragged me in. He was like, I feel like for the idea we have, it's perfect to start it in my hometown of Terrace, BC. And we were really interested by just the massive amount of different perspectives that Terrace had to offer, you know, being the people from industry, working in the industry, or, you know, the amount of First Nations here, and also all the people here interested in the outdoors, and also all the immigration population also. So it's just like in a very small community, it makes for very interesting perspectives and discussions. So that's
it's a really dynamic town.
Very dynamic, yeah.
I make Terrace my main base, but I tour as a performer with a little collective called the Patin Libre. We make ice skating performances for the contemporary dance world. So I'm on tour often. Come back home here.
I sailed amongst peace, the primary treasure, with without remorse, our bag of stain, cars, trucks, and machinery, and rivers' bellies rust, sawdust, oil, and gas, layers of silken skin, fish bone, belly nut, snapshots in cardboard boxes, gathering dust.
We've had great response. We did the opening ceremony at the Terrace Art Gallery. I think you were there as well. So
it was full, it was nice.
Yeah.
People were responsive and seemed to enjoy their evening.
And we had the chance to perform together, which we'd never done. And it was also a thing where we want to also give back as artists and be a part of this artistically.
And so Sima is kind of a way of saying, okay, so how can we put everything that we've experienced in the past years and put it into a community festival and uplift everybody here as people that are in connection with the environment, whatever your background is. You have this personal relationship with nature and with winter, and we want to honor this.
Yeah, it was for our first try. We had to start pretty slow, pretty small, and reach out for support to organizations that were already operational. So we found really nice collaborations here at the Happy Gang, And with the Terrace Art Gallery, with Skeena Diversity, they've done a really great job of welcoming us in very warmly. And with the library and the city. The city of Terrace has developed a partnership with us too for some ice time. And yeah, so it started really there,
And Heal
reaching
Yoga.
out, and Heal Yoga, yeah.
Yeah.
Started there, reaching out to people saying, okay, we've got this idea and how can we make something happen? And we had some really beautiful responses and a lot of enthusiasm. So.
Yeah. And also a lot of trust and support.
Mhm.
And I feel like that's what starting a festival like this in Terrace is all about. If you try to start an event like this, let's say in Montreal, it's really hard to get people on board so quickly to develop a little community festival like this. You know, there's a lot of things happening already, and I don't know, here there's kind of like this ease of people wanting to support. And just for example, like we've had great support also from the Terrace Community Foundation, who funded 300 wooden snowflakes for us to paint with the community and have that, you know, spread already on our first edition, which we never thought we would have the opportunity to get all of that.
It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Northern Savings has given us some support as well. And yeah, it's been pretty incredible that way. In the future, like we say, we'd love to get more events happening outside, a little bit further afield. We had a really beautiful brainstorming session last spring, and a lot of feedback from people who had done events here in the past, elsewhere in the past, both winter and other seasons. And their recommendation was keep it in the center as much as possible for access and for ease. And that's tricky in Terrace because you don't know what the weather is going to be. Like, it could be rainy, could be snowy, could be icy. So we decided to keep it pretty indoors. But in the future, we would love to have far more events outside.
Yeah. And a lot of, we had, with the great partnerships that we had, that's amazing. But we feel like with this first edition, getting our name out and getting this festival, you know, rolling and the values out and everything, we've had amazing response and people coming out to us already because they had ideas of what to do in the next years. And that's also a goal that we want for the future editions of Sima, right? That it becomes really community engagement. That we can just like literally just step a little bit more in the background and let people do their thing and gather during this time of year, right? So that's kind of
That would be the goal for sure.
Yeah, the wish, yeah.